It is 20 minutes before the hour. We're joined by Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl. Headlines from weekend Daily Home newspaper written by Chris Norwood, Daily Home editor, said Mayor fires City Clerk while some council members question his authority. Way to start a weekend, Mayor. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Jimmy Dale, and happy President's Inauguration Day, and happy Martin Luther King's birthday. You know how old Martin Luther King would be today?
No, sir.
96.
96.
96 years old.
Yeah. How old does the mayor's office make you feel sometimes?
I feel like I'm just trying to do the best I can for the city as a whole. Yes, there's challenges all the time. I mean, people trying to get rid of me. I think a couple councilmen even want me fired, you know, but that's it's all part of it, you know. I don't put politics into this. I got a duty and a responsibility to the people of Sylacauga, and that's what I go by. People say, well, this resolution here says 1142-52, 1148-1 goes all the way up to 1152-80 something. And I read it as it is in the book. Everybody, they read it and say, well, it doesn't exactly say this, it doesn't say that. Well, in my opinion, that's what it says. There it is, right there. The mayor does have complete and total authority over the executive branch of the city government. And they got the complete and total authority over the legislative. And the court's got complete and total power over the judicial system, the judge. And but anyway, I'm not firing anybody. People fire themselves. I don't fire people. You know that. I mean, I've been through this before, and other things are created. I'm not out to fire anybody. It's other people's actions that they have to be responsible for.
So,
anyway,
Mayor, how did all this get started?
Well, just things happen. I mean, I don't really need to get into this because the city clerk.
You answer what you can answer, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Well, she's got still in litigation. She got a right to challenge this, which they're doing, and it needs to go on to the Civil Service Board and let them go see how they come out with it.
So, what are the duties of the person who is been terminated?
Well, just like everybody else. I mean, it's they're over the clerk's office and also accounting, or the accounting clerk, those two departments. But anyway, everybody's got a job description. But one thing about these job descriptions, it states at the bottom of every one of them, not all conclusive. So there are duties I can ask my department heads to do, and within reason.
So there are city council members, and they're being quoted in this newspaper column story that say that you didn't have the authority.
That's their opinion.
To terminate this employee.
No, that's their opinion. The Civil Service Board will filter that out when it comes time for the hearings.
Do you think it'll stand?
Well, I don't know. It's, I mean, we've got to carry it to a judge. We have to. We got lawyers in East Alabama that we communicate with. I got lawyers in Auburn that are HR specialized in HR and human resource issues, you know. This isn't over with. You know, I don't know which way it's going to go. They may vote against me, you know, and say, well, no, you didn't have the enough evidence or whatever, you know. But we just have to wait and see. I mean, the council got out there. They can get on social media, do what they want, and they do it all the time. And I don't have that option, and I won't want to take that option either. If I had it, I wouldn't do it. I don't need to put this stuff on social media because look what social media did to our city with the Haitian issue. We didn't deserve that, but people talk and talk and talk and give their opinions and everything else, and it really hurts us. Why don't we just sit back and get the facts and let us do our job and move forward?
Why is the city of Sylacauga City Hall seemingly in total disarray?
Well, you've gone through, what, 4 presidents of the council? What else can I say? We need the council. I need to work with them. I need their help. I need their input. And what's coming up now, you know, we've got an issue coming up, like you said earlier, talking about the agenda. Michael Rice is going to be here at the next meeting and talk about what LDOT has proposed in changing the grant money for the light at Peyton Boulevard and 511. It's going, if the council will accept it, it will expedite that project going forward a lot quicker. Right now, so I think it's about $350,000, and the match is going to be somewhere around $100,000, and things like that. And Reed's going to be here. We met with LDOT. They called a meeting last week, and we met with LDOT and ED&T. This Brandy Robinson of ED&T, and we're talking about the. This is the 2023 grant that is getting close to. You have to get these grants started within 2 years. It's but we applied for that back in 2022. And we are going to be able to move forward with it because with LDOT, but LDOT had, well, we had about 20-something pages of the contract, you know, and also the drawings and everything else. So this is going to be between 1st and 2nd Street on the east side of Broadway, redoing that whole parking lot back there. And those
Mayor,
are,
getting back to Alexandria Lambert, you felt confident before you made that decision.
Well, yes, it was on administrative leave, and then we had meetings and talked about these things and everything else, and it just wasn't much compromising. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and follow through with the process.
Does it not bother you, Mayor, that a number of people in our community think that City Hall is in total disarray? I'm not the only one that said this. You know that.
Well, sure it is. But we're getting things done, and we need to move forward, and I need the council's help to move our city forward. I can't do it on my own. I've got one little section of it to do it, and the council got a little section to do it. The court's got their little section, what they got to do. We need to work together. We can't be giving our personal opinions about these things. We're under rules and regulations. You know, like I told you last time, I said we're governed by laws and everything else. That's where they've got these things. We got these huge black books up there that comes from the state of Alabama every year with additions on them, telling us how we should be operating as a Class 6 city. Class 6 city means that you got a executive, legislative, and judicial system there, and anything above that. Anything below that, the mayor sits with the council, and they're down there to 7th and 8th.
What do you say to other council members who say that you don't have the authority to do that?
That's his opinion. He needs to read the law.
Okay.
You need to go back and look at it again, or either go find you a lawyer and get somebody to explain it to you.
It's election year.
Well, it's election year, yes.
You have said on this show
more than once that
right.
I plan to run again.
That's right.
And I also told you it's going to depend on the people out there if they want me to run again, if we want to move forward, or you want to sit back here and argue, somebody said this, somebody said that, which is immaterial to me. I can't go by hearsay. I can't go by the social media.
It has been said by some that this is a personal agenda that you have with the city clerk.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. I'm not going to comment about, it's nothing personal agenda on mine about anything. Some people probably want to make it that.
Yeah.
Like I said, some people who got their personal agenda to get me fired. There was even plans, I understand, at the last council meeting that something was going to happen, but after looking out there in the audience, see the number of people, the council just went through their standard procedure, what I normally should do, and we adjourned. But I don't get into hearsay. I can't.
Sure. Council President Tiffany Nix, reading a prepared statement into the record, said, "I was not notified by Mayor Heigl that Lambert had been terminated." And that particular, is that Title 11? Is that what that is, or 2?
Well, there's 115281. There's
This is 1143 160.
160.
Yeah, and talks about outlining the procedures for the appointment and removal of certain municipal officers, including the city clerk treasurer. City Council is responsible for the oversight of the city's finances as provided by 114356, which mandates the council exercise control over financial matters. The removal of the city clerk treasurer, an individual appointed by the council to manage these responsibilities without proper notification, is a serious matter that directly impacts the council's ability to fulfill its duties. I guess the question might be, why can't y'all get along?
Just like that, she got her opinion. That's the way she's reading it. But like I say, all this needs to go back to the Civil Service Board. Let's follow the process and go through this.
Okay, that's enough of this.
Yeah, that's enough of that. Because it's not fair.
Explain that.
So it's not fair to those who are contesting this. We need to give them time to bring their case to the Civil Service Board.
There's a lot of work being done on the old swimming pool area there.
The swimming pool is in. I mean, in. What I mean is being backfilled in, and that is a big project, you know. But my main projects are the infrastructure, the paving we got coming up. We've already got it all dated out and up till April of how this process is going to follow with our paving. Of course, you got the bids are going out. The bids will be open. The bids will be given to the council. All will be approved, and they've got dates with they will start.
What are the main areas of concern as far as the paving is concerned?
Our residential areas, our Overhill, our Taylor Estates areas, some of our side roads. There are about 40, I think it's either 41 or 42 roads throughout the areas that we're going to be paving. And those are the things I look at, you know. And of course, we're taking advantage of the dry weather, you know, for drainage issues. We're still working on that constantly. And thank God, I appreciate the council, you know, allow us to get the money to do this with. Paving is going to be about $3 million. We got $1 million project just on the Lake Howard Bridge alone, not counting the Lake Louise Bridge. And Lake Louise Bridge won't be that much, but we got the West Walton Bridge, you know, fixed this past year, or in 2024, and that had to be done. That was a big safety issue in District 4.
Are we struggling for the money?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Things were really, you know, I brought this before the attention of you before, now how things were brought into the city. All our money's laying in areas. We got money set aside for in case something, we know they have a lorem tax, you know, for the schools and all that. Even though that is all school money, anytime they want it, they can get it. But the only thing is that we're just a paper trail for backup to show the government they know how the money's being transferred. And also we got another couple million, what we're sitting down. And we got CDs in the banks that are drawn up to 5%, 5.1, 5.2. Yes, there's some money out there.
All right. This is going to be the last of your freebies on this station.
Oh,
what are some of the things that you look at if indeed you are reelected in August?
Well, I still want to open up a good line of communications between all departments and the city council and the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. Those things I want to open up. I think that's one of the biggest problems we have. There's too much talk on social media and making statements, you know, that we need to sit down and talk about ahead of time. Also, all the projects we got standing, I do want to open up the 8.1 acres of the Food World building over here on Main Avenue and see that we'll get our courts office over there and possibly the police department and get some of this congestion out of City Hall. And that, I think that will help a lot with our communications with the various departments. And we think we really need to sit down and look at our budget and understand, rather feel like some of our budget was dictated to us, you know, but with needs. We got issues with the animal shelter now, but our budget was trimmed a little bit, you know, trying to make it balanced. But we need to look at things like that. Okay. It's but you're talking about advertising. Yes, I announced it. It came out of my mouth. I haven't gotten into the advertising part yet. Okay. But there's been so much going on. We need to get this issue out of the way at City Hall, and we need to settle down and start working together and communicating with each other.
And I got to ask this: how can you work together with a group of people, including yourself here? I'm putting all y'all together here. Yeah, how can y'all work together when there's some there who don't think you're capable of doing this job? You've heard that.
That's their opinion. Yeah, that's their opinion. They think I'll step down. I mean, I got people running for office that thinks I need to step down. They want to get me out of the way. But
doesn't seem to bother you.
Why should it? It's hearsay. I mean, I try to have faith in the good Lord. You know, I just move forward and he's the one that pricks my conscience. You know, I don't let these people prick my conscience and make me feel guilty about anything. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. If I'm wrong, show me where I'm wrong and let me back off and let's go back your way with it.
Okay.
You know. But,
well, weather's cold. I think the
oh yeah, City Hall will be shut down Tuesday. Chief Osgood, our fire chief, has been keeping up with this storm line up here, and we're looking at almost 2 inches of snow starting later this afternoon and into tomorrow. Now that's changed a little bit. It's like it's gone south. I don't know what you're short, but what bothers me now, we got freezing weather at night, we got freezing weather Thursday, we got freezing weather tomorrow night and tomorrow. And when you get our cold weather that low, we're not used to having that kind of freeze. It's going to affect our piping and some of our utilities, I'm sure. But if it freezes at night, gets up to 30, 35, 40, 50 during the day, that's no problem. But we're looking at almost 48 hours of freezing weather. That's going to hurt us. It's going to hurt us bad. Watch your piping. Watch your water drainage. And if you need help, if emergencies, call 911. Our police department is ready. They've been through this before. This is a standard procedure for the police and fire department. They go through this year after year after year. So we don't have to tell them what to do. They know it. They tell us what they need because they deal in it. I don't dictate to them what they need.
I think, is it Mignon Baptist is having a warming station open?
That's what they was told. I think Councilperson Heath has put it out there that they've talked to the Vanadors up there, and they will have the warming station up there. They do have rules and regulations, you know. I think they open up about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's great. And last time we had the bad weather, and we had to shut City Hall down. The police department was able to get 1 homeless people into a warming area and took care of that. And then, of course, they transported, I think, 2 or 3 nurses. Were not able to get to the hospital, but they were able to, with their new vehicles, were able to pick them up and carry them to the hospital. Because all those people were frozen on their job.
Yeah. Well, council meeting is the 23rd, and you know it promises to be one that a lot of people are going to be at, and
well,
people.
I would hope so. That's what we need, more
Absolutely.
of the public health. And we got some good things happening there. We need the council to look at them and see if we can afford them and can't we move forward on them. The paving project is one. I mean, what Michael Rice is going to present and what Reed's going to present. Those are important things for our city to move forward.
Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest this morning on Daybreak. Always a pleasure to have Mayor Heigl. And Mayor, thanks for coming by this morning. And I know that you want to remind people to stay warm and look out after your neighbors and all that kind of stuff.
That's the truth. That's the main thing. Keep up with your neighbors, especially the elderly neighbors.
Yeah.
They may need some help.
Like me.
Yeah, you old man.
Oh, Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest. Closing weather forecast coming up right after this. Don't go away.